Hi everyone, welcome to Update Tuesday. I hope you are having a great day. I know I'm a couple minutes late, not too bad actually, like 3 minutes late. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna pull up my video and then I want to share it with my VIP group. Let's get it pulled up. I have to scroll forever on the business page to get it to pull up before it comes on. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and share it. And I do have a couple of differences that I'm doing today in comparison to what Stampin' Up! Posted, just because I don't have the stamp sets yet. So I'm going to use Well Said and Butterfly Gala. And there's one that they've used that is a birthday one, and I don't have it, and I need to look up which one it is because I don't know which one it is. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Ingrid. So I'm going to set these aside and get started now. Literally, I was on the phone with Lisa Marie 20 minutes ago, so it took me 20 minutes just to get my supplies ready. That's it. And we're going to do 3 cards. So I think that's pretty good. So first card, and it's all using little pieces. So like these cards are fantastic for using up your scraps. And the stamping is so simple, you're just gonna be like, really? That's it? And that makes such a cute card? And I'm like, yes, that's it. And you can make a cute card. All we're gonna need is snail adhesive, dimensionals, 1 ink, and that is the basic gray. They used all basic gray for this. So we're not even gonna stamp anything on our background. We're gonna take these 3 pieces. I have Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green, and Coastal Cabana, and I'm just going to set them right next to each other like this, so when I stamp on them I'm going to be overlapping my stamping. And for this card we're going to use the Butterfly Gala, and we've got a sentiment that's thank you so very much, and then we have just the monarch butterflies. So literally all they did, and actually I'm going to switch these around because this is the order they had them in. I'm looking at my computer over here with the picture of the 3 cards because I kind of want to get them in the same order. Ink that back up just to make sure. And then just kind of stamp with them right next to each other like that, so you've got those images overlapping. Now of course I could have used a little bit of washi tape to hold them down, but I'm not that good. Every time I use washi tape on cardstock and then try to peel it off, I feel like it peels off a little bit of the cardstock, and I don't want to do that. And then again, right down the center, just so you get that, the butterflies on there. Then on our little piece of Mango Melody, we'll go ahead and stamp the sentiment. Thank you so very much. Make sure I'm getting it on there. And that's it. Now we're just gonna put it together. This card is like super easy, but it looks so cute, and the colors are so vibrant that I think this is fantastic to use for all your scraps, designer series paper, any of that. And just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of your, why is this, it's not cooperating with me right now. And then start with the center one because you want to get that centered first. So that is our Bermuda Bay piece. And just try to get it as centered as possible. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Just do your best. It'll all be good. It's a homemade card. Doesn't have to be completely perfect. Hi Donna, how are you? Thanks for joining. And then we're just gonna leave a little space in between. Not a lot, just a little. And then we'll do the same with this. That's kind of why I turn it to the side, so I can see the space that I'm making. And I can see I'm already a little bit crooked, so that's all right. We're going with it anyway. It's not too crooked, just a tiny bit. It's a little bit to the right. That's all right. Put some dimensionals on the back of this, and that's our first card done. That was no time. And now that I have these measurements in my head, I could make 10 of these cards super fast, crank them out, and it would be fantastic. Now, if you wanted to add something more so it's not simple stamping, you could add embellishments, you could do whatever, but tonight is just focused on simple stamping, so I'm just gonna go with it. All right, I'm gonna leave that there so you can see it. Gotta pull my photo up again just to make sure I'm doing. This card is even simpler, super simple. We are only gonna stamp on 3 of these blocks, and they're gonna be laid out in this pattern, but we're only gonna need 3 of the blocks. So we'll do that stamping first. And this is from the Well Said stamp set. All they used was hello and friend, if I can get them both to face the right way. So on the top block, they just put hello in the corner. And then on that bottom block, they did the exact same thing, just hello down in the corner. Then for this card, or this block, you're gonna put friend, kind of do the same off to the right hand bottom corner. That's a little crooked. Let's do it again. Flip it over. We always have a second chance. Much better. All right, then just take your blocks. I always like to lay them on there and get them exactly where I want them first when I'm using little squares like this. I guess if you have something that you can, if you're that worried about it, to measure out your spaces, but I'm never that worried about it, let's be honest. We know I just kind of go with the flow when it comes to this kind of stuff. Just put it on there and hopefully it looks straight, right? It's kind of how I operate. I could get that one to turn, but I'll get it to turn when I stick it on there. So I'm just going to start top left. I'm just going to put a dimensional on the back of each. So that's really all it needs, is 1 dimensional. They don't need a bunch of dimensionals. There's no point in wasting 4 or 5 dimensionals on these little squares. Bring it over just a little bit. Do the same with your center row. 1 dimensional on each. Now, what I loved about these cards, like I said at the beginning, is that you're using up your scraps. How many of you have a scrap bucket? I have a scrap bucket, and I also have my shelves that my paper are on. Like if the scrap is a little bit bigger, I just leave it with that. So a lot of these scraps were just laying on top of my full-size sheets of cardstock. So taking them out and putting them, I feel like my camera has tilted a little bit, or maybe I just didn't realize my whole sheet here of work area wasn't in the camera, so I apologize if I was off the screen there. I don't want it stuck down yet. So this is just a little friend card that you could give to your friend just to say hi. I think it's perfect if you have younger kids for crafting. That's like, these are some of the best layouts to use, these simple stamping. Again, you can always make it different and add some embellishments if you want to, but how cute is that? And you could use designer series paper too, instead of just the plain cardstock. So for the 4th card, we're gonna start out with our card base, and I chose to use Coastal Cabana for the card base. And then they did, like I said, this is the one, got ink right on my hand right at the last second. They did a birthday, but I'm gonna do anniversary, because I never make enough anniversary cards and then I never have them to send out when I need one. So we're gonna make an anniversary card. So for the first thing, just take your first piece of cardstock. This is So Saffron. Go ahead and stick that down on the center of your card. We're gonna use that same ink again, basic gray. And then I've got 3 little sentiments that are gonna go with this. We have celebrating another year of happiness, my life is better because you're in it, and you mean the world to me. So I'm gonna start with you mean the world to me, and I'm gonna do that right in the center, or as close to the center as I can get of, and I did it crooked. This is what happens when I'm kind of at an angle here. I'm gonna stand up to do this one just because it'll be easy. And I still did it crooked. It's not too bad, it's a little crooked. Then I'm going to do My Life is Better Because You're in It on the Granny Apple Green. And then Celebrating Another Year of Happiness. Now, obviously this would be one I would give to my spouse. If I could get it straight. Oh my gosh, seriously. They're both crooked. That's okay. My spouse knows how I make cards sometimes, so he'll be okay with it. All right, so then just take your 3 little strips, flip them over, put dimensionals on the back of them. Again, we know I love dimensionals, but this kind of gives it just that little bit of dimension, basically, rather than just everything flat. But you could do them flat as well. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and peel all of these off before I even start sticking any of them down. So you could do this with any of your cardstocks. Just pick 3 or 4 colors that go together, and it makes for a really fast, easy project. So I'm going to start with You Mean the World to Me, and I'm going to put this kind of off to the left. Then I'm going to do this one off to the right a little bit. And then we'll do our last one down here on the bottom, the really crooked one. Kind of closer to the center, but off to the left just a little bit. And that's it. Those are the 3 cards that Stampin' Up! Shared with us today. How easy are those to make? Aren't those fantastic? I love how bright and cheery they are. I think if you wanted to decorate them with some embellishments or use designer series paper, that's great too. But I think this is cute just like this. I especially love this one with those strips. I think that's such a fantastic technique. So I hope you enjoyed today's Update Tuesday. I hope you will join me tomorrow for One Card Wonder Wednesday. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thanks for joining. Bye.